lit right up on the air.
It is all good.
Okay, guys, you're alive.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, wait, we're live. We're live.
My man.
What's up? What's up? We're the Freestyle Freaks on HowToRadio.net. I'm Ralph Ryden, also known as DJ Noise. This is my right-hand man, Mr. DJ. No, Mr. Comedian, Billy the Kid. What is up, my brother?
What's happening, Captain?
How was your weekend? We were not on last week, right? We were the weather, right? It was a blizzard. That didn't happen because everything shut down. Everybody like, oh my God, you're having this blizzard condition coming out here, and you're gonna have all the snow, and then everything's shutting down, and everybody running to the store and getting the milk, bread, and what is it, and eggs, thinking it's the end of the world. But it was really a dusting. It was really like a whole cup of snow that fell around everybody. So, well, who didn't get snow? I mean, we were in between where it was supposed to get snow, but we didn't get it. So we weren't here Monday. How was your weekend before that one? And how was your weekend that just passed?
Silent.
Silent?
Yeah, it was silent. And I ain't really do much of nothing. Just pretty much kicking it with the family.
Yeah, nice.
No comedy shows, no nothing. Just pretty much just sanctuary, man. Like I told you, like if it ain't work, then it's family. If it ain't family, then it's comedy shows. And when I don't have comedy shows, it's just pretty much just taking it easy. That's it.
I wish I would take it easy a little. I've been working. It feels like sometimes I feel like I'm working 7 days a week. How I work, it's different odds and ends of how I do things in life. Like different jobs. First I worked 6 days this past week, and on top of the part-time job, work one night, and then the other little thing that I do to make money, that's working a couple nights a week, maybe 3 or 4 nights a week.
And you can throw kids in there.
Then throw the kids, throw a full-time job as it is, around the clock. Then you throw wife, then you throw living, the house, trash, dogs, so it's been a tough 2 weeks. All right, we'll say it's been a tough couple weeks, but I'm braving it, working, hustling, grinding. I mean, all the right way. When you got bills, you got mortgage. You try to do whatever you gotta do, legal means to pay those bills. Because the mortgage company doesn't care if you're broke that week; they still want the mortgage. So you gotta work different jobs. Yeah, man, that's it's been my couple weeks. My couple weekends. I did put up the tree with the the family last night while my son was screaming and crying. My daughter and I and my wife, we put it together. Still got finishing touches,
So
now my son is walking.
Oh.
So yeah, he's now starting to walk, and he, you know how, drunk little guy, a drunk man just sit there and he walk. Well, that's my son. He's walking like he's a little drunk. Like he hasn't cemented his feet, so he's a little wobbly, but he's walking. So now we have to, before he gets really really good at walking, we have to baby-proof the house. We have to buy latches. We have to buy deadbolts, whatever I have to get to, baby-proof the house. So yeah, chasing him has been an extra, I guess, job at it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are my past 2 weeks.
So how does it have you feeling?
Well, yeah, we opened up today talking about anxiety. Listen, I'm having basically an anxiety attack right now. Well, the ends of it, I've had one earlier, and now I've managed to, calm myself down. talk through it.
What do you feel like brought on the anxiety attack?
You feel
Like,
the experience of having one.
Yeah, like you feel
Oh,
like
you're
a lot of different responsibilities are coming down at once.
It's like a it's like you're on the bottom of the slide, and all the children. You know when you're that child and everybody just comes down all at once, and everybody's bunched up at the bottom.
Yep.
Well, that's basically how to describe it.
So like, do you get do your stomach start flipping, your head start racing?
Yeah,
all that stuff?
muscles tense up, shorten breath. Just loss of train of thought at the moment. Like stuff like that. It's I've never got them before. I said, I guess is something growing with age, I guess, or more responsibilities, or more to take in, on the daily, So it's it's a different feeling, different thing that I've never encountered before. So
especially if you're new to anxiety attacks. Bro.
I'm new, as me,
Wow.
never. I've had 2 in the last week, so.
And they kind of hold hands with depression. So like.
Well, I mean, I'm not
anything that you're going through.
I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm just
that you know of.
Well, I know of. I'm not depressed. I think I'm I'm pretty good. I'm not
because you have energy and you're outgoing and you can speak and talk to people.
Oh, absolutely.
There's different forms of depression.
Yeah, I mean, the more I talk to a lot of people on the daily. I get to encounter and engage a lot of people, so I'm blessed.
Okay. Now you talk to a lot of people, but do you vent?
I don't vent enough.
That's
I don't vent enough.
That's totally different.
I don't vent enough because now in society, what I'm saying, everybody's, we all know everybody's got different issues and different things going on in life.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, if you're going through things, you may say, oh, they may be going through something worse, so I'm not even gonna bother them, or maybe they may not have no time, or it's maybe they may not even care, it's possible,
Right.
What do you think?
Like how many people do you got on standby?
In life.
And I mean, it ain't got to be a lot. Sometimes people just got that solid one. They got that solid one that when they encounter and they talk, they let
I gotta say, I got a good amount of people in my life that we'll say about 10.
But but you haven't vented.
But I don't. Yeah, of course. I don't vent. I vent to the wife. Who doesn't?
This is your chance to let it out. Now,
well,
especially if anybody that's viewing and want to call in, man. And we're on the topic right now of anxiety and also depression. And all it take is for you to actually dial and call in, and whether somebody that's going through it, whether you're going through it, yourself. Unfortunately, I know somebody that just passed away by their own doing. They took their life, and one of the considerably, one of the happiest people, that I knew personally. But then when it comes down to people that I don't know personally, you look at somebody like Robin Williams, like this is like the happiest man in America.
Yeah, I mean this guy
smiling. He was just
legendary,
laughing.
Actor, comedian.
Yeah, and like that's one that took me by surprise. And we just had a celebrity for the younger generation. I guess his name was Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD just passed away. They said that it was related to a seizure, but of course, we got further details that'll be coming out as the news progresses. But then you look at the world that we live in, the politics that's going on, and like your mind is on everything. And clearly, politics doesn't help, because it's like soon as you get the kids squared away and like you get a day off from work and like all this other stuff, here's Agent Orange pressing some buttons about something. You can't catch a break.
I feel that we get fed different topics on a daily. We're like everything's like it's like when you take old baseball cards and you put them in your spokes or and make them make noise and they just flip. I feel that's how they do to us with the engineering of politics and stuff like that. Trying to steer our minds this way or that way regarding different topics.
But one thing you got to remember, when you have an anxiety attack, they don't give a damn.
Absolutely.
You don't even exist.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, you
are the most important person, to you. And it's like, if I'm not going through an anxiety attack or a panic attack personally, I definitely feel for the person that I know is going through one. And I mean, like those panic attacks get to the point where they actually mess up your speech. Like I know people where like they couldn't get a word out.
That's how it was like maybe an hour and a half ago when I came up. I laid down on the couch and I said, you know what? Let me relax. Let me me. I'm tough. I'm gonna lay down, chill out. So, let me lay down for 5 minutes. I got up, still having a panic attack, and just couldn't comprehend. It was this weird feeling. So, right? I hope it's not. Stuff like that.
You can't roll out anything at that point. I mean, it's crazy because it's just one of those things that you can't really detect. Like a lot of people don't wear depression on their sleeves. Like it's not a label on their forehead that a person is going through. They actually silent battles, man, that people are fighting. And again, like it's serious, especially with anxiety attacks, because no one can tell you how and what you're feeling or what you're thinking. Like we could only go off personal experiences, and I know like when it came down like to mine, because everybody is different, and when I look at mine, I go, oh, mine was nothing in comparison to that person's, but they're real, and that don't take nothing away from yours. But like in mine, like my stomach could be flipping, like my mind would be going fast.
Just my arm, my speech,
overwhelmed,
and, little shivering, it's hard to explain. It's really, really hard to explain the feeling. It's not a good feeling.
I came across a message
I am
recently.
having an anxiety attack, like Monk said, I could have a mini stroke or having a stroke,
Because you're working like a slave.
That's it, man. It's
when you're working like a slave, what you think you gonna be able to keep doing that and it ain't gonna catch up to you?
Yeah, it's basically, that's what I feel like.
It's a lot that come into it, and I feel like
listen,
this conversation is what you needed.
It's not that I hate to work,
it ain't about that, but you gotta rest too, cuz.
Yeah, I don't rest.
I feel like this conversation was needed, bro.
As strong as you might feel, doing all the push-ups and dips and all the manly machismo macho stuff. There's another time where you gotta do maintenance, cuz.
Hey, now listen, it's another time where you actually have to cry. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this now because I found
where that came from.
Listen, I found myself.
I hope you got a joke attached to that.
Oh no, this ain't no joke. I found myself crying recently, and I'm gonna say that because it was on the anniversary of my brother's passing. And what I realized through that, and especially listening to other people, it was a healthy cry, because as men we suppress a lot of our emotions. Look, Monk was a prime example of it. Monk said, I hope that there's a joke behind this. What do you mean? That's how we're built as kids. When boys fall down, it's like, get up, don't cry, dust yourself off. And our hearts grow that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes like it's hard to say that a puppy is actually cute, or a baby is actually cute, or you actually grab a baby and kiss it, and you want to smell some roses and stuff. Like we'll do it in the comfort of ourselves. You know what I mean? Put on that smooth R&B song, our country song, and me, being around elements and nothing but the hood. People would be surprised that I know some lyrics to some country words and stuff, but that's our softer side. That's our more intimate side. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, man, we get older.
You said what song?
What song?
You're so nosy. I'm a man. I'm not about to tell you.
Y'all all got kids. We all got kids, and some of us got grown kids. So the thing is, you think different when you at a certain age.
Yeah.
That hood stuff get old, man. When we are in our 40s. I'm in mine. I'm 5 years away from 50. You be looking 40. At stuff different when you look at where you at in life. You feel like the midlife crisis. do you feel like is you doing what you're supposed to be doing for your age?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely agree with that.
Well, y'all good. You probably still got to look outside of yourself and get an opinion from somebody else sometimes.
Hold on.
Because you get caught up into your own inhibitions because nobody knows you better than you.
I want to touch on this again. And I got this tattoo on my arm, my brother, right? So I go to his gravesite, Greenwood Cemetery, which I ain't been to in a while, and I had purchased the little shovel to clean up the plot. I'm out there by myself. I was by myself, and I went out there strong with the strong mentality. I've done this before. I should be cool. Go out here and mentally, spiritually vent, connect. With my brother, and I got to digging, to doing it, and the floodgates just open. They open, and I let it out. I made the stat about it because I felt like it was something that I wanted to share with anybody else who couldn't allow themselves to cry at that in particular moment in their life. I'm like, well, I just did, and don't let me be the reason for you, to cry. You for whatever reasons that you have. That you've reached at that point in life, and this was mine. I hadn't cried in a while, and it's like, okay. And then the close people, that were close to me, that I talked to about, my experience, it was like, that's good that you let it out. You were able to let it all out. And I did a stat, and I said, it felt good to let it all out at the moment, because I knew after that moment, it was back to having to be me.
The energy, you gotta release that energy.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and even if after that ordeal, because I said it felt good to let it all out for the moment. I knew that this would be a temporary thing. And I knew that I only had this one window of opportunity to let my emotions be what my emotions were going to be. Because, man, we don't run around just crying about everything.
No, we don't.
I mean, we're
nowadays they do.
Yeah, it is.
Man, look, I don't know about us. So I ain't using foul language like that. I just get to the point. Look, let's talk about that chick, Lizzo. What's up with the booty out, man?
I'm gonna tell you.
I seen the video she just made before y'all came in.
Do you need to ask that
question?
I'm
like, yo,
I didn't see it.
All right, listen. She was at the Lakers game.
What's your take on it, though? Like, you know what I mean?
And she had the big screen. The big screen was up on her, and she turned around, and it wasn't a wardrobe malfunction. It's just the way her wardrobe was, and her butt cheeks was out. Listen, I don't need to ask that question. Question being, we've seen this time and time over again.
Whoa.
This is a young person.
Who else does that?
Let me explain. This is a young person who was just in the hood, just with their friends, doing ratchet stuff. The world never paid them any attention. Never. Now, they get some fame. You put some money in their pocket. They don't even know how they got famous. Overnight sensation. You put some money in their pocket and you throw the cameras in their face. What part of them is supposed to scream role model at that point in time?
You ain't gotta be a role model.
No, listen, by that point, it's too late. Look at Mike Tyson. Now, when you said, when I said we've seen this before, prime example, let's just say Mike Tyson. I can name many. Mike Tyson got discovered fighting two robbers off in the alleyway. And that's when the boxing coach found Mike Tyson, and he saw him knocking these dudes out, and he took Mike Tyson to Catskill, New York, to the boxing gym. Mike Tyson became the youngest champion and still holds the fastest knockout for 7 seconds at 18 years old. Mike Tyson was paid for what Mike Tyson was born to do. He was trained to box, to go in there and knock your head off and get paid millions of dollars. Now, Mike blew through all of this money through frivolous cars and mansions and all of this other stuff. And once reality kicked in with the rape charge and all that other stuff, and he found himself like a regular person, Mike started backfiring, or as we see it, backfiring. Now, when Mike goes off on these cameras or he punches somebody off camera, they're going to say, well, Mike Tyson's going crazy. He's not. That's that man that was in that alley fighting off two robbers. Nobody took him to etiquette school. Nobody taught him about financial advisory and how to spend wisely and invest. And that's why I said I got to commend people like the Jay-Z's, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Tyler Perry's. Tyler Perry just bought that 400-something acre place compound on a Confederate land, and
Confederate fort, former Confederate fort,
and is even building buildings there for homeless women and children. Jay-Z, people will be like, well, Jay never did nothing for the hood. He has an S. Carter Foundation, which is a charter school, which almost guarantees kids college. And I've been to LeBron because LeBron has a charter school that guarantees pretty much college as well. You got football players out there that donate houses every year. What was the football player name? He just donated, I think, like his how many houses did he donate? Was it like 1,700? It was a crazy number.
300. I think. No, wait a minute.
It was
either 300 or 1,800.
It was a crazy number. 300 houses that this man donated.
Like 300 alive.
But I say this to go back to her. This is a young female that was just in her habitat. She was just playing with instruments, microphone.
Khalil Mack also.
She was playing with a beat. She was playing with a microphone. It just happened to be her time. Nobody know when they gonna blow up. It's talent out there. It just happened to be her time.
Yeah,
look, this is my point, man.
She's living her life that America just not ready
with your
for.
penis out or something like that, bro.
Well, here
that'd be uncivil of me. That would be uncivil of me. Like listen, if she would have did that anywhere else, like she did in all her videos and YouTube before she got famous, nobody cared. But you at the NBA. This is a family-oriented American thing.
I got
NBA, baseball.
But
look how they looked at Janet Jackson when her titty
like,
whipped out. When Janet Jackson titty whipped out at the Super Bowl, America was shocked in the palm. But she think to herself, I'm going to kill him with this movie.
I'm going to tell you something,
I'm Janet Jackson. I'm going to kill him.
Look, what you probably not realizing, listen, man, you doing that stuff, that's a form of pedophilia, son. You showing your stuff in front of children like that?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Just on the female side, not to get on female like that, but there's a double standard, like certain things that you know just get over. Like I was listening to an interview Doggy Diamond joint where he was talking to Scott LaRock Jr. About Carter, you know, the whole Cardi B thing, like, you know, she could say she slipped the pills and got dudes raped by a tranny, but then Bill gets locked up and he's in jail for some stuff they couldn't even really prove.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? For something that happened like 40 years ago. And you already old, so that the standards, like, you know what I'm saying? Cats is getting locked up behind this. This is really affecting people. And it's like everybody wants to get in that spotlight. But see, old girl, just like the rest of them, they want to get in that spotlight.
They don't have a person like you.
Nah, man. Sometimes you don't need them.
Somebody,
they probably did.
Listen.
When that money come involved, they be like, look, I want to say that they get paid.
They cut ties with stuff. Now, while she there twerking, now she's walking through the hallway of the NBA stadium. And her friend is recording her. And they're talking how they, yes, bitch, I'm turned up. Da-da-da-da-da-da. We get it. But America is like, what? Look at the.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. They gotta represent a little bit better because we trying to come up out of that ignorant state.
Yeah, America,
you know what I'm saying?
When you're like in the camera, you know, when you're in the spotlight, you know, you're not taught how to act in front of the spotlight. And sometimes, you know, sometimes this is what happens.
Listen, man.
You know,
buffoonery days is over. We can't play Sambo no more.
But I think she contradicts herself.
Yeah, but that Sambo stuff.
Doing that, when she's talking about
let's pick a person in the middle.
Go back and watch my show from last week, the Black Cinema. This when you watch that, all the Black Sambo stuff and the pickaninny, it's the same thing today.
Right,
they give you some money to go act a fool in front of the camera.
I'm gonna give you something in the middle because before I mentioned Jay, Tyler Perry, and them. We see what they doing with their investments. Then I also mentioned like Mike Tyson, MC Hammer, people who blew their money, and now they on the episode of Where Are They Now?
Look, I like my deal.
But now you find somebody that's in the middle. Let's look at Kevin Hart. When Kevin Hart started blowing up, right? I don't know if y'all remember, but he made TMZ for getting that one DUI. Now, mind you, that was Kevin's first negative run-in with American media. Mind you, it was harmless. It's on TMZ. Kevin wasn't even comatose. I got uncles drunker than that. Kevin was a little inebriated. It made TMZ. He ain't really get in trouble. He got a ticket. But look how the world paid attention. And Kev came back on camera and he goes, I should have been thinking better. What was I even doing driving? He said, I'm at a different career. He said, I'm at a different status in my career. What was I thinking even doing driving? I said, that's how you think, Kevin. And we gave him that second chance. And then you turn around and the camera, like once you reach that, they looking for that downfall. They don't care how big you are, or how big you made it, or how big you trying to be. They want that slip up because then what happens next? A year or so later, then here's the cheating allegation where the camera is looking at him inside the back of the car, leaning over. She don't even know if he's even kissing the girl.
I think all that textbook stuff. I think that's stuff they just take you through as a textbook.
The one person was trying to extort him. They was trying to extort him. That's why he came out and did the video. He's like, look, let me come out and tell y'all first, because as a person that's trying to extort me, listen, Steve Harvey said all the time, he got trolls like crazy. You know, like once you reach that certain status, all of a sudden you're just everybody's attention. It's gonna be a lot of people with a lot of negative things to say,
you know, to keep
and will want to sabotage you to see you
dead. A lot of it is a distraction, yo.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, with all the shit going on, with all the stuff going on, man, you know, for somebody it's like, so, oh, pay you, go ahead there and show your butt. Yeah, go just do them drugs. Go cut up. Let's give a couple $1 million. This is what they doing.
The threat is the offspring that these people make. Like Lizzo has a following out there. She has a huge following. Now, all right, look at Tekashi. Tekashi had a huge following out there. Up until his snitching allegations.
Oh, he still do.
It's like
he still actually has.
Some people don't care. That just bring that out. Like, okay, well, this the snitch generation now. We don't care. We just go tell them and have rainbow color hair.
And it's like by that time it's too late because the damage is done.
Back to what you were saying about Juice WRLD. Well,
I don't even know who Juice WRLD is.
The young boy that just passed away. He said that he got into doing a lean, listening to Future. Mm-hmm. And you know, Future. I read the article today. They say there's some like a slightly apologetic type of thing, but it's like you gotta realize this is an industry. They selling music. The person has to actually do the drug or out there doing the killing and stuff is selling the music. How could you be in the studio this much time knocking out this doing these shows and be banging at the same time?
Listen to two things I'm about to say.
He was doing that.
Listen to two things I'm about to say though.
Jeezy,
one of the most gangster rappers.
You see what happened with that?
Jeezy, one of the most gangster rappers ever. When it come down to selling and you know wordplay of that caliber, this man's son go to a prestigious college. Snoop Dogg got an image to be like this pimp. He got the fur coats, pimp. He's a Mac. He's been with that same woman since he was 17 years old. Ice Cube chose family over that persona of the Jerry curls and this, that, and the third. Like when Ice Cube was doing shows, after the show, they would get mad at Ice Cube because he would go straight home to his family instead of going to the after party for the walkthrough. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, priorities. Like, so the same people that's glorifying the negative energy that these people putting out, when you look at their real life, they handling business. The same girl that made the song Hot Girl Summer, like, I forgot her lyrics go, but F what her brother think did it and ain't trying to get tied down. With a man, has a man, and is pregnant. But telling y'all it's a hot girl summer. Now y'all all turned up and now you about to be burning in the clinic. It's really a hot girl summer. Beyonce telling everybody, if you don't like him, then you should have put a ring on it. To the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. This woman is married to Jay-Z. But
she puts him to the left, you think?
The hidden it's an agenda.
She might put him to the left.
It's an agenda that get pushed. Listen, it's an agenda that get pushed and they get deep.
You said it hold to the left?
Because the realest hip hop with the rawest form that could actually uplift the people, they got a name for it and it's called underground. The music with substance. Speaking of the music that does open your mind. That don't even get you can't even listen to the music I listen to on the radio.
Speaking of underground, because I'm finally getting my marathon shirt that I ordered almost 8 months ago. I ordered a shirt from the marathon.
You could have went up to New York.
The Nipsey Hussle shirt.
And got
So
they came to the East Coast.
Speaking of underground, not a lot of rappers can't be like a Nipsey Hussle that used his mind to own his music and create his own music.
We need them more than ever.
You know what I'm saying? And he was built in the community. He brought the community together.
Teaching people how
somebody
to invest.
from the community took that out. You were using Kevin Hart, so
facts. Yeah.
Figured I used.
Look how somebody.
And I finally I ordered a shirt almost 8 months ago.
From the community took him out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like
they killed dude's father,
and it's like
they killed 4 people in dude's family already.
But listen, but but look what you leave us with. Okay, we see what Nipsey was about. Uplifting people, getting gangs and stuff together, buying land inside the community, generating revenue over a hater to take them out because they jealous. Now, what are you prepared to do to teach us and lead us?
I don't think that was just like him hating. I think it was deeper than that, and I think that he got paid to do that, bro. Like it's a little bit deeper than that because, and I do think because of the whole him doing the book or doing the movie on Dr. Sebi, that right there too.
Listen,
and he was supposed to do a speech
whether you pay somebody or not, whether you pay somebody or not, what are you left with after his death? Nothing. Who is prepared to step up and pick up where he left off? Not a soul.
They out there, man.
I mean, we gotta find another one, and sadly,
they don't have the platform that he had, or the common will that he had.
But see, the thing is, he was a gangster with it, so you know, you got people like The Game, but The Game is on like a different thing with that. Like when you hear his songs,
Nipsey had
he's a different thing.
Had
you know, like because California is different, man. Way different when it comes to the gang culture. You know, that's where that really come from out there.
Yeah, that's the Mecca. I mean,
like, you can't really wear certain colors, bro. You gotta go to somewhere know how you feel. Some people can do it, like if you a celebrity, and they'll say that, like when Jada said, "I be in California, wearing any color I want." Yeah, you Jada kids, you can do that. They bobbing your music out there, but me and you,
no, you can't. No, you
me
can't.
And you,
because ask Lil Wayne what happened when he went out there and 40 Glock and them surrounded his van and they couldn't even get out.
I seen that.
Pliers what happened when he had to run across the highway.
They was back
and he
up
left
on the
Jamie
street.
Foxx on a video shoot for Please Excuse My Hands. And he left Jamie Foxx for 40 Glock and them can. They all circled Jamie and they was like, "You good?" They was like, "You cool? You Mr. Funny Man?" Like, "Yeah, you Jamie." But your
That's
man
how
ain't.
they doing.
He was like, "Yo, but your man ain't got no pass out here."
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
how
I'm
they do it.
Like, yeah, like a lot of, it ain't gotta be Cali,
you can't
Philly.
just go
like
anywhere
Philly,
you want to and say what you
bro.
put on wax.
Listen,
and
you gotta report.
With
you gotta report with certain people, man. Like you a big name and you touchdown out there before because you infringing like on their territory. Like, oh, like this how we eat. It's like a hustler. Like a hustler can't just go to another person block and then just start taking their stuff. They like, well, first off, who mans is this? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like this is how we eat. This is how we provide, and we do the protection around here. You know what I mean? So you gotta check in with us to make sure that stuff is cool. So a lot of them can't go out there and do that. But if you have the history on all of that stuff, because even the gang culture was positive at one point in time, like the swastika. The swastika was positive at one point in time because it came from Aryan India. And look at the name Aryan. Aryan and swastika came from Aryan India. But then you look at, then you tie that in with the gang culture. You go out there, Blood had a revolutionary name, still does. Crip had a revolutionary name, still does, but you get these offsprings where the crack epidemic came and people so mixed with like they don't care nothing about that history. All they know is you got that color on. Yo, listen, you got people that got inherited beefs. There's people I talk to now that might be from Southside, but they don't go out west. And I'm like, for what? I don't know. You know, like just the way I came up. You know, my family.
That's people that ain't been to Cadwood Park, bro.
And because listen, they uncles and cousins
never
and
been to
stuff
Cadwood
might have had a
Park.
problem with whoever.
But that's kind of ridiculous,
grew up here,
man.
so it's like they grew up
You
here.
know
I
where
don't mess
Cadwood
with
Park
West.
at?
They grew up
I
here.
actually been
I don't
to
mess with
Cadwood.
West.
Can you
So they
imagine
grew up not
living out
messing with
East
West.
Trenton or just Wilbur section and never been to Cadwood Park?
That's a nice park. I've been
It's
to
a-
Seven and a
I've been
half
people-
square mile town.
I've been to
People
Cadwood.
Bro, it wasn't like
that
that.
big section of Trenton.
Bruh,
They're not even
see,
that big.
it's
Like,
not that-
in they
that's what
mind,
make it
Trenton like the
ridiculous.
size of Philly.
Bro, I come from a time
Or
where
New York.
everybody was everywhere. Like you had family. Like you know, you could if you was out west, you could go out east, you go out whatever because you got family. Now, since the 2002, 2003, 2000, from that time on, it started getting segregated because you know cats was beefing and it took us somewhere. So I'm from the time when Trenton was like the shit. It was you wanted to be there. A lot of people
people from outside wanted to go there.
Man, you know, it was a joyous
It's
time.
when death wasn't so common. Like back then, if somebody
I mean,
died,
you would
the
get
city
beat
knew
up or
about it.
something. Yeah, you get beat
Nowadays,
up
it's
or
like,
something.
who died this week?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, because now, and it seemed like it ain't no turning back now because people just turned up on the murder game and it's all these reasons. Like, nobody in a small town is shooting each other for no reason. You just hate the fact of the aftermath. Somebody died, somebody going to prison, or it's just a beef, but it started from somewhere.
Listen,
so
I'm with these young boys all day, every day, and my first goal is to get into their brain. Like I'll see the tats, whatever, and it's amazing. The dudes I ask why they bang, I ask a Crip this and I ask a Blood this, and I got the same answer. And I'm gonna start with, I ain't even gotta say no names. I was like, yo, I said, I see your tat. I said, the tat, you know, means such and such, right? He was like, yeah. So I was like, why you bang? He was like, I don't know. You know, he was like, my uncle did it. You know, his family did it. You know, so I do it.
In Trenton?
Facts, yeah. So, and I asked the Blood and the Crips this. Now, when I asked them both what it meant, now one of them knew. So I asked, I said, well, what does blood mean? He was like, honestly, I don't even know. So I said, brotherly love, overriding oppression and destruction.
But see, man, if
I did the same. I dropped the same.
Ain't no way you
listen,
involved in that and you don't know that.
And listen. I ended
That's like being the 5% and you don't know the day's reality.
I ended that conversation with saying, these aren't things that I'm supposed to be telling you. These are things that your so-called OG's supposed to be telling you. You know what I'm saying? And then when I do kick it with a lot of the OGs, I come to find out a lot of these dudes were 5%ers.
And you wonder why the murder rate the way it is.
And
cats don't be playing,
I told you, I said through the generations, a lot of them dudes lost what that was about. And real official OGs, man, like whether they from Cali or whether they on East Coast. Listen, I don't take nothing away from East Coast. There's dudes out here that's real, that bang, but they know their history. But somewhere along the way, a lot of these young dudes is like, man, forget the hierarchy, man. Like this is how we doing it.
Let's talk about this though. When have you heard of any of them gangs banging on the KKK?
Or George Zimmerman?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I mean, we need some equality, brothers.
What just
we
happened?
We need some equality.
First off, speaking of Zimmerman, man, he back in the news because he wanted to sue Trayvon.
Ain't that appalling?
Did that
make you feel some type of way? Like that was kind of like, you know how the symbol on the Facebook, the wild symbol, like for real. Like so now I'm like, this gotta be some type of propaganda behind this.
I tied that in. I tied that into what you were saying though, because of course he back in the news for trying to sue Trayvon's parents and stuff. But the little nature dude, the one that's always talking to the animals and stuff, I forgot his name. He's a big YouTube and Instagram and Twitter personality, and he's very, very good with animals. So he got jumped in a restaurant. And I'm looking at the comments, and every comment struck a nerve with me because it's like, how are y'all jumping the nature guy that talks to animals and got all these lovable videos, but Zimmerman down there just walking around, even back in the news saying that he wanted to see Trayvon. Right. What the hell is wrong with y'all? How, like, y'all just walk straight past?
I'm surprised a guy like Zimmerman hasn't gotten his ass whooped. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not encouraging anybody.
I'm encouraging somebody to do it.
But you know what I'm saying, like, you know,
I'll probably get my life savings, man. Like, somebody touch
for an example, you know, when you know,
I give every penny I got, somebody can touch him.
He's just the forerunner for that type of stuff because that happened in Florida. There's a bunch of him all around the United States, around the world. So, but you got to start somewhere though. So we got to start in our neighborhoods first because of the human trafficking thing. Bruh. Now we got people that look just like me and you snatching our kids and robbing women for body parts because you got men that want to have babies now.
Hey, yo, listen. And as men, as real men out there, listen, it's the shopping season. It's the shopping season, so it's going to be a lot of ladies out there. It's going to be a lot of children out there. It's going to be a lot of ladies with children out there. It costs you nothing to just kind of stop what you're doing.
To be vigilant.
Just pay them attention, man, while they get inside their car.
Just don't be ratchet. Be like, mind your business. We trying to stop you from
traffic. Just if I see somewhere, it ain't nothing that you can say to me. There's nothing that, stop hitting that man. Like, no, listen, that man was about to attack you, whatever the case may be. I'm sorry, sister.
I'm
Odell. You just gonna have to fall back and let us handle business. Imagine, you know, they believe in forgiveness and turning the other cheek.
Somebody at Walmart,
turn your cheek while we unleash the wrath of God.
Yeah, but you gotta be in numbers.
But look, on a more serious note, man, like, fellas, man, like, listen, it's that time. Like, it's happening more and more and more consecutively.
It's
fellas,
an epidemic.
Fellas, even ladies. I'm not taking nothing away from y'all. Like, if you see that child on their way to school and you got the time, make sure that they make it on the bus. Make sure that they make it to the school. If you got that time to do that.
But see, the thing is, we got a lot of kids that's young and you know that's 7 or 8. They walking by themselves.
Facts, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man,
I will never send my kids. Listen,
now
I will never sign my kids at school.
Listen, man. I don't even want to.
And it's happening, and it's not just the inner city; it's the suburbs.
It's everywhere.
Well, everywhere. Now you got this thing with the white vans. Everybody looking for the white vans with the locker on the side. And I'm like, man,
it's not any particular nationalities. It's predominantly minorities. Or
they just caught like 181 of them.
There was
and they was all
some of them was cops.
Yeah, some was cops. Man, it's all military personnel, Fed, CIA. Man, they all involved, bro.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? This thing goes deep.
A girl recently missing. I don't think they found her. The boyfriend, just
listen,
ended that one.
You gotta be like, man, this is when. You gotta. I made a post earlier this week saying you gotta assess the people around you, make sure they don't sell you out. Because if somebody come to your people's like, look, I'll give you $600,000 so to kidnap your man, girl, set it up, bring her there, we go give you the money. You might be in the bond. That's how the devil do, man. It catch you while you in the bond, and you won't have to be strong enough to be like, no, because. Your integrity and your morals and your principles is being tested every day about that money, because a lot of people, the money is God, and they forgot like you doing anything for it. Mm-hmm. And every doctrine talks about this, whether you a Christian, Muslim, 5%, it all deals with maintaining your morals and values about how you look at life, how you treat your kids, how you treat your parents, how how you go out with the day, how you work.
The energy that you put out.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Out is the energy that you receive. If you put out negative energy, you're basically
but the thing is maintaining that. It's all being tested.
As good as you are, you always gonna be tested. Always gonna walk.
You guys are pretty mild-mannered guys. You know what I'm saying? How often do you go out where you got people trying to test your joint?
Every day.
Like we were just talking about that for the
daily basis.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Those type of situations.
Every day.
Like when people come out their face and say things to you, and you be like, damn, where that come from? Enough to where you might want to put your hands on them or something, but you still got to be like, they probably trying to take me off my square.
Facts, yeah.
So you hating anyway, so you got to maintain. You know what I'm saying? Like, cat could be in your face screaming and griping, but if you got something going on and they ain't put their hands on you yet, sometimes you gotta walk away, man.
That's it. Sometimes,
as a grown man, you gotta walk away sometimes long, but then you still gotta defend yourself. But certain things, like, it depends on what you're doing, too.
Like, everybody's sound is fine.
We're good. Everything's good.
I have
Don't change any of the controls, Gene. It sounds great.
All right. Another show's playing in the Joan, man.
Hey, man. I deal with that on a daily basis, man. I was trying to connect with a younger gentleman from, let's just say the younger generation, and I just dropped Jules. I dropped Jules on a daily basis, and he was like, why do you care so much about me? So I'm like, it ain't that I do, but it's just my duty to. Like, I hear some of the dumbest stuff I ain't gonna say no names, come out of this person's mouth. It's just in me to not let that sit. I can't hear you say something that I know is completely wrong, totally false.
You got kids.
Because listen,
you got bills,
listen, they'll believe their own hype inside their head, and actually think that that's a good idea. But people like us be looking at them like, what the hell are you talking about?
Back in the
and
day,
I'm not a man if I hear something stupid and I let you carry that on.
I know the back in the day, Billy. The back in the day, Billy had them long arm of the law, like big pop, big. What you say?
Right, we used to. Those are days. Those days. Yo, Billy, you remember the truckloads we had?
The thing is,
we had truckloads of people, man.
Just because you know you could beat somebody, don't mean you do it.
Listen.
I mean,
I got built up. Like, before my brother passed, I got built up, and half of the work was done. Now, mind you, my brother boxed. We sparred all the time. And he was just that person. Like, you wasn't about to run all over him. You wasn't about to try to trick him. You wasn't going to step on his shoes, on all that other stuff. I remember, man, dude stole my bike, and he was going with my cousin next door. He had a nerve to come back the next day and park the bike by the gate and went in my house. Now, mind you, my mentality is, here no evil. See, man, my brother came out, knocked on the door. Dude came out, was like, you took my brother's bike. Before he could answer, it was just, boom! boom, and he fell against the door, took off running. My brother got my bike back, you know, and he was always the go-to. So I felt like, and that was me, and the work was half done. Then I lost him. So I didn't have that direction of what I was actually supposed to do with these resources. I didn't learn that until I got older. Now, where I'm at in my life, and I come across faces where I done did some harm to, but I'm glad that we older now. A lot of people who I probably had beef with, we older now, we can get along. But I'm at a point in my life now where you could get all of that off on me. I get my purpose now. You could push me, you could probably bump me. You could bump me and I'll mess around and apologize to you. But my real issue comes if somebody try to mess with people that's close to me. I'm losing it. Like for my kids, for my spouse, like for my mom, my dad, if they in harm's way, let's just say they not in harm's way no more, I would do whatever I have to for the people that I feel for the most. Can't nobody listen right now. Listen right now. Can't nobody just come in here and just try to push Monk. Can't nobody just come in here.
Oh man, I'm making examples all the time. Try.
No matter what.
I'll be ready every day.
No matter what y'all say.
And no matter if he can handle himself.
Listen, I'll mess around. You know, we all gonna get up this table before y'all would. I'll jump over this table before y'all would, man.
That's the foremost.
Once I go there,
I had a couple shows,
but that's what I grew up.
I had a couple shows where there was time where my guests been drinking and it got a little bit, you know what I mean? But I had to be like, you know what? All of them like that ain't like that. This has happened a few times, so I ain't gonna like single nobody out. But this like you got alcohol, you got cats excited and stuff, and it might be their first time here. And then it's a lot of times people just want to see you in the light. You know what I'm saying? Like now, you doing things with celebrities. We doing big things. Like even with the station, we got celebrities here almost every week. Everybody doing their thing. This is hard for some people to process.
Facts.
Like I spend all day thinking about that. Like while I'm having problems with people, and a lot of times I'm, going through the Facebook books, a lot of the posts be answering my questions. Why people they be like, man, sometimes the universe just moves people out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or sometimes it's necessary for you to see what type of people you got around you before you go to the next level. Like say if you about to run across some money, or you about to get more deep into your career, like y'all radio career, as that progresses, certain people can't be there because if they try to stop it, now you got people in the light to where once that momentum gets started, like, I'ma just be frank. Like if I heard somebody trying to stop progress, now we got some people to come for you, looking for you, and it's out of their hands. You can't do nothing about it. There's somebody looking for you now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just one person, it's a bunch of them looking for you now. And ain't nothing you can do about it. And it's coming from all different directions because you messed with the wrong dude at the wrong time. Stop all that bully stuff. Y'all gotta stop that, man. That ain't getting you no bully trying to be tough. You grown ass men, bro. I'm 45 years old.
Listen, man, Nas got this song that's called Quiet N-word, Quiet Brothers. You know what I mean? So in the intro, this is the rawest intro that he ever made. He said, he said, it's a lot of real brothers out there. He says, a lot of real brothers out there everywhere. He said, a lot of brothers just chilling on the low, not bothering nobody until one person try to mess with them. And then all hell break loose. And then the song dropped. That's the rawest intro that I heard, but it still it resonates with me still to this day. That like you're just a quiet person, man. You trying to do your thing. This is that and the third, and then trouble. You do your best. You know the rules, you know the laws, you know the regulations, and then somehow the trouble come find you, and it's like, listen, you took my humbleness for weakness. I was humble because I wasn't scared of you. I was scared for you.
Man, let me share you something.
That's how I think.
I'm going to share something with you, man.
I hate to want to fight because I hate to want to hurt somebody.
It get deeper than just the fighting part. We at a different level now with this radio thing where people try to mess with your money. There's somebody that got a house and a car in my name, son. That's why I made that post. Sometimes you got to, you know what I mean? People will use your stuff for a financial come up because they see you doing stuff and it get you jammed up. Get pulled over by police, use your name, stuff like that, because they know you clean or you ain't got no serious felonies.
They don't want to use mine. They don't want to use mine.
I'm just saying though, what like people will go through just to, and you always can track it down. And it's always like, like we had another iPad. Somebody came and walked out with one of the iPads. Somebody felt that comfortable, like when people see all that stuff, they got to get another one. No, I be trying to be meticulous about every little thing because everything is useful. You don't got time to be spitting out an extra $200-$300 for some bull when all the other bills gotta get paid.
Absolutely.
This is why we the only ones out here like this. And a lot of times I gotta speak on this. How long y'all been doing this with us?
We've been here 5 years.
Yeah,
Five
and a
years.
half years.
Yeah, my-
5
my-
years
my
ago,
kids
this
grew up to
what this
show.
was. 5 years ago, what this was.
This was a
room.
one-room garage,
It's a one-room garage.
and within 5 years, we are now in
on
our
floors,
third
on
official
floors.
building
Yeah.
on a floor.
So you got to think, everybody on your Facebook, you know what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
watching this stuff. So they seen the progression over the years.
Yeah,
Then you
they
got
seen
the
us
people
grow
that
into
see
who
it, but
we
they
are.
don't like or share your post, but they see it. You know when you scrolling and they say people you may know, those the people that be coming to your page that don't say nothing.
Yeah,
Man, listen. Hey,
I agree with that.
Now listen, my thing is the people that would have no life if it wasn't revolving around your life. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't revolving around you, they would have no life. It's like, well, dag, like you done mimicked me down to the T.
I'll be saying, I'll be
You know what
saying
I'm
stuff. I told you, man, I started this internet radio thing in this area, yo. Wasn't nobody doing this before us. And I told you there was a time with cats, I tried to get cats involved. They was dissing me. You know what I mean? I invite them to the show. They don't want to show up. But you know what I mean?
Yo,
to the point where I'm coming to pick
listen.
them up. Then they want to change up at the last minute.
Hey,
but
yo.
now look we at, and them people are still doing
Listen,
nothing.
I get tired. I get tired of creating
And
lanes.
they
Like,
expect me to
listen,
say nothing.
Hey, yo, I stay in my
I
own
wish
lane.
they progressive.
And I stay creating my own lane, right? But
Oh,
I'm
man,
ti-
you
I'm
the
ti-
man now.
But listen, I'm tired of having to keep creating lanes because, like, when I turn around, somebody doing what I'm like, it's to
Don't
the
that
point,
make you mad?
It's,
Like-
it's to the point
Like,
where
get your own style.
it's
Stop
like-
biting our
it's like,
style, man.
Not only do you want to do what I'm doing, but you want to be where I'm at. Like, you
Yeah.
wanna be, like you almost want to do who I'm doing.
Shout out to the viewers.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, so you see that. You see that, man.
Like, yo, like it's all the way to the point. Like you want to do what I'm doing. You want to do who I'm doing. I'm like, yo, like listen, man. Like to the littlest
we
things.
come from a copycat town.
It's like, listen, man. To
So-
the littlest things, like a lot of things that come out my mouth, I kind of brand. Even though they ain't copywritten, that's my brand. People done heard me say it a couple times, and then like somebody had come out and say it to a T. Now everybody know that that's mine. I might have a location. Where I do this, this, that, and the third. That I'm utilizing this for this, and now,
Boom.
all of a sudden
flood.
it's like, yeah, yo, I get this. I'm like, damn, like, yo, can I breathe?
Yeah, right.
Damn, let me. All right, now I gotta switch up Deer Park, and now I gotta drink Polish Spring. As soon as I turn around, they on Polish Spring. All right, well, look, forget Deer Park and Polish Spring. I'm gonna drink Voss. Now I turn around, they drinking Voss. I'm like, damn, like, so if it don't revolve around you, they don't have it. Like, it's like, listen, like, you wasn't mimicking me. What else would you be mimicking? Like, it's called your own style. Now that don't stop me. It discouraged me. But it don't stop me because now I gotta come up with something else. But damn, like that was just original. That was just original to me. But the fact that you took it now, I gotta come up with something else.
freestyling over the beat.
Well, the one thing I gotta say, we are the originals of in what we're doing.
And that's why
I mean,
Chris
and
Red-
there's
and that-
right.
that's
And there's
right.
nothing that
That's one thing I
can
can't
copy.
say.
Can't nobody else
Can
come out with
copy us.
freestyle nothing.
You know
You're
what I'm saying?
freestyle
I
freaks.
can't say about y'all.
Nobody
man.
can. No, it's
because,
us, all of us.
because
You know, because
y'all definitely got your own style, and it's like in no way, shape, form, or fashion is this trying to be like me. In no way, shape, form, or fashion is this part of me trying to be like you. We respect each other for what each other brings to the table.
And we built.
There ain't no hidden agendas, ulterior motives, or me hating because this one could do this one or this one. But it's a lot of that going on inside the city. It's just like, damn, like, man, like I feel like you got to cut the whole city off. But it's like, no, you know what? It's some good ones out there, but let a nigga have their style. Let me be great. Like, other than that, what else?
Sometimes, listen,
what
sometimes
you trying to
That's
prove?
what
Sometimes
you
people,
gotta
they hate-
separate yourself and go out a little bit.
yeah, sometimes they hate it so bad that you know you go out that you leave your city and you get more love outside the city than you home. You know what I'm
What
saying?
about your situation, man? I know what's one of the situations that you could remember where you had a situation of some serious hate because of what you doing.
I to be honest with you, we're gonna go back 9 years, 8 years. We'll say 9 years, where I was somebody wanted something, wanted some of my help. You know, because I have connections and here and there, and I can do things, and you know, and I didn't. They were demanding things, and I was like, no, you know, it's you know, this is not about you. This is about me too. You know what I'm saying? And I said, this is not how we do things. And you know what? You're never gonna do anything in Trenton again. And in 9 years, guess what? I've done enough to say that I've done enough to say more than him. So, you know, I said, hey, we'll see. And then I kept on going with, you know,